Hi, I'm Michael Gable from Fairmont Equities, and these are my stock tips for the 1st of August. Just bear in mind the disclaimer behind me and that any advice is general only, so you need to consult your own finance professional before you act on any of my advice here today. The first stock I'm going to look at is Austal, ASB. We covered this one off last week and I noted the divergence on the chart indicating a possible rally in the stock. And we're expecting levels up towards $1.40. I wanted to bring that to your attention again today because it is now starting to get a move. So if you didn't buy it last week like we were, in my opinion, you need to be jumping onto this one now because momentum is really starting to get back into the stock. If we have a look here at the weekly chart, you recall last week I showed you this divergence between the RSI and the price action. Now here's last week's price action there. So after tracking sideways for a few weeks, it's now popped up and managed to rally several percent at the end of last week. So as I said, it's starting to get a move on now. I'm expecting it to rally towards about $1.40, which is where the consensus targets are. So even if you're buying it here at around $1.20, there's still some decent upside for you. Okay, the next stock we're going to look at is Northern Star Resources, playing on the gold theme. Which is something we've been doing quite successfully so far this year. Gold is now starting to reverse and have another run again after pulling back over the last few weeks. I've had a look at most of the gold stocks and the chart for Northern Star, in my opinion, looks the best. So let's have a look at the weekly chart. So the good thing about Northern Star is every time it pulls back, it tends to sit on top of the previous high. In some instances, it even leaves a bit of a gap, which is quite bullish. So last week we saw it sit on top of that previous swing high. Very nice price action there as it rebounded off that level. I'm expecting it to retest the previous high near 580 and then go to a new high as it resumes the uptrend, and it should head over $6. The other thing you'll notice, I haven't indicated on the chart, but there is a bit of an uptrend line here which it has respected now and bounced off it quite nicely. So the next one we're looking at, Star Entertainment Group. It's been trending up for a couple of years now. The average broker target's over $6. What it's done recently over the last few months is consolidate sideways and then break out. So it is resuming the uptrend now, and we can see on the chart what I mean by that. So it's just been easing back against that longer term uptrend, and now it's breaking higher. We can always, we can also see a little crossing here on the MACD, so that's also indicating a resumption of the uptrend, and I'm expecting levels over $6. The final tip from me today is Gateway Lifestyle. They're involved in manufactured homes. Quite an interesting chart. If we have a look at the daily chart, you will notice that since that March low, it has been forming higher lows, a couple of lower highs there, but what it's doing is price action is really starting to converge to a point there, and when it breaks out of that, it could make a very impulsive move. So I'm expecting it to break to the upside almost any day now, and when it does, it should have a very impulsive move up. So traders should keep an eye on this stock. I do actually quite like it from a longer term perspective, and it is a stock that I've already got clients in, but even if you're looking for a trade, I'm expecting this one to have a fairly impulsive move once it gets out of that recent range. Well, that's it for my stock tips today. As always, you can visit my website, read my free blog, download some free research, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.